Here's my first impressions of the Apple Watch after having it for 24 hours. I got the Apple Watch yesterday around 1 o'clock and went ahead and synced it all up. And that process took about an hour or two because it kept saying that it couldn't find the phone and the Bluetooth, make sure the Bluetooth was on, which it was. And the phone is in the watch are in range, which they were right on top of each other pretty much. So I had to restart my phone twice, restart the watch 3 times, just to get it to all sync up correctly, which I felt was really buggy, like a first gen, kind of thing. But once I got that synced up, then it kept doing the same thing with saying the watch was not in range when I tried to set up Apple Pay. So I had to do the same, restarting the phone twice, restarting the watch 3 times, and then once that happened, then I was able to set up Apple Pay. After all of that, then the watch was working perfectly fine. I have not had any issues with this watch. I'm able to do everything that the activity app. I've already paid with Apple Pay. I've already done a workout. I have been able to, sync my photos and put some music on here, and all that's working fine. Answer phone calls. For the most part, it's not that difficult to know how to use it. If I watched a lot of videos from Apple that they posted on how to do this, how to do that before I got the watch, so I felt like I knew pretty much a lot of how to do it. What's hard is force touch. You don't know when you get notifications which ones you can use force touch on and which ones you can't. So you'll hit force touch and then it'll do it, but it'll just shake. It won't do anything. That means the app doesn't have no options for force touch, like reply or delete or read or anything like that. So some apps do, some apps don't, and it's hard to understand which ones would. It'd be nice if there was some kind of way you can know beforehand. I'm sure they will probably have eventually. All the apps will have a function for force touch, but force touch is what I found is most difficult with doing it. Like right now, I got an email, and sometimes they'll say right here, the full version of this message isn't available on Apple Watch, but you can read it on your iPhone. So that I feel like that's just like a first gen thing, and it has options to tag and like right here, you can't force touch anything. But also whenever I was doing the workout and I pause it because I cycle, you're always taking little breaks here for cars or lights or stop signs and people, or taking a little break to rest and drink water. You have to physically, let me go ahead and remove this app. You have to physically hold down to force touch and pause the activity. And whenever I did that today, I went in force touch to resume the activity, but it didn't resume because I guess you have to just barely tap it. That's all you have to do is just tap. And sometimes I just accidentally I just hit force touch right there, and you really can't you're not used to it at first. So I feel like that would be fixed, you would learn how to do that within a couple of days. But that's one thing you gotta know what's the difference between force touch and just tap, because honestly this tap like that, it just really quickly, that's your tap and that's it. But then this is the force touch, so that's the only thing. But the heart rate monitor checks your heart every 10 minutes, so I feel like when you do power reserve, it'll just stop doing that. Overall, I'm totally happy with this product. I love what it does, what it's capable of. I've been wanting a heart rate when I do my activity, when I do my bike riding, and I want to know exactly how much I'm burning. If I'm my heart rate's at 150 or 130, what level of heart rate zone I'm actually going. So that's exactly why I wanted this watch, mainly for the activity app. The way the whole program is perfectly fine. I wish that they would have elevation They don't have that in the activity app, and I wish that they would have auto pause, because again, when you're biking, you stop at stoplights, you stop at, you know, for people and crosswalks and different things like that. So I'm constantly having to go and force it and pause it, which, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, but it would be nice if it would just auto pause like a lot of workout apps do. But 100% happy. I love this watch. I've been wanting this watch. I was lucky enough to get this a little bit earlier than they said that it would be shipped to me, so I'm so happy with that.
You can access Siri by pressing and holding the digital crown, or just use your voice.